All opinions are those of the participants making them and are not an endorsement of any position, program, religion, or political affiliation. DFG's Corner is for information, observations, and entertainment. I ask that you like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, definitely. I
Okay.
I agree. I definitely agree. So I don't know if y'all could probably read that one, but this is for y'all ladies, and I know Kim has some people she know that do that. Gotta have a man, gotta have a man, gotta have a man. But you know, SOS.
Shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. I gotta have a man. It should be. I have to have a good man
Well, good men.
because you can have a man all day long and they don't do what they're supposed to do, and you can be by yourself all day long, but you still be lonely. But what you need is the right man. That's a difference.
But it goes back to what we were talking about. He does it because you allow it, or she does it because he allows it. And a lot of times we don't look into, we so busy missing something or fearing we're gonna miss something that we just grab onto anything that wakes up to us and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Shaking, handshake and stuff like that. But overall, it's if they don't care about your heart, then you probably need to like take a step way, way back. And then like I said, going to having a man is not better than, having no man at all, because we always talk about that. And if y'all want to listen to Just Be Good to Me by SOS Band, one of my favorite songs of all time. I didn't realize that was a side chick song until about 3, 4 years ago. Go ahead, Miss Kim.
No, I just want to say the statement said having a man is not better than having no man. But do you have to have a man like right away? Can't you? Sometimes it's better to work on yourself before getting into a relationship because you're only going to take along baggage. You're not ready. You're not mentally, physically ready for a man. Sometimes it takes times you to work on yourself first because once you start loving who you are, knowing who you are, then when you get that man, it 9 times out of 10, hopefully it will be the right man. But jumping from one relationship to the next relationship, just because I don't want to be by myself, I don't think that's the way to go.
Singing that main ingredient song, I just don't want to be lonely. you know, but hey, I work for a living, so I can't quit my day job.
Well, it took me, oh, and not saying that I didn't do it, I did. Years ago, I just felt like, okay, I needed some companionship. I was lonely. I didn't want to be by myself. And then I had to look and think, I keep getting these deadbeats, or they only wanted me because of what I had. They wanted to ride my coattail. But when I took the time to work on for Kim, and doing things for myself, then it opened up the door for I wasn't looking for no man or feeling like I needed a man. That man came into my life organically, naturally.
But that's what's called maturity. That being mature about being by yourself, because it's okay to be by yourself. It said, we talked about loneliness last week, but being by yourself don't mean that you're lonely. You just be to yourself. And whether you're a man or a woman, you have to understand that we can't be entertained all the time by somebody else. Sometimes we have to reach. I think a lot of times we get into that because we're empty inside and we're looking for somebody else to fulfill us. What do you think, Miss Summer? I know you're on the road, you in them streets.
Okay, so ask me the question again, please, because I'm thinking I got 1,000 things in my head right now.
Just
Happy
because
anniversary.
Thank you.
that well, happy anniversary. How many is it? 3?
Yeah, eternity. No, it's 27.
Oh, good. Congratulations. So you went 4 times more than the average marriage.
Ooh,
Yeah, marriage is at
4 years longer than mine.
7.
sure.
But yeah, but it's good. But basically what we were saying is that you don't have to be, just because you're by yourself doesn't mean that you're lonely. And just because, we talked about loneliness last week, now we're talking about, I don't always have to have someone around me. And that's kind of not the opposite, but it's in the same vein. I always got to have somebody with me. I'm always looking, I'm going from pillar to post looking for somebody. And it doesn't have to necessarily be bumping and grinding, but it's just some people can't sit still and they feel they got to be out there. And every time you do that, you run into like what Miss Kim was saying, you run into those and it's like, why am I getting all these bums or getting people that want me for something that, you know, want what I got? And that's, you gotta, a lot of times when you vetting people in your life, you gotta measure twice and cut once. Because if you cut once and measure twice, I mean, if you cut twice, you ain't gonna always get it right. So vet the people who are in your life, whether in any type of relationship, whether they're siblings, whether they're acquaintances, whether they people you passing down the street, whether you sleeping with them, whether you're not sleeping with them. You have to vet the people to keep your sanity, because some people come into your life and they don't do nothing like bring all of that stuff, all that negativity to you, and then you wondering why you arguing with your significant other, and you wondering why you mad for no reason. I'm gonna continue.
Having a man is not better than having no man at all. When you settle for less than what you deserve, rest assured that you will receive less than what you settle for. Number 7. If you can't ask a man that you are sleeping with some very honest questions about the relationship, then you probably need to grab your panties and exit stage left. No.
So I know I shouldn't be getting
Yeah.
any disagreements with that. Go ahead.
Stage left.
Go ahead, Miss Summer.
So okay, so it's a lot. Basically, I don't even know how to phrase it. This can be a lonely world, and companionship is wonderful with the right person. It's wonderful if you can go with a partner and travel the world and experience things together. It's a wonderful feeling. It's a beautiful thing. Um, I think sometimes people's background can shape um, their decisions as grown-ups. I'm talking about like um, if they have a lot of loss in the past, sometimes a person might settle for someone just to have someone. It might not always be the greatest person, but they're there. They have a sense of security and comfort knowing that that person is in the house.
But does
It's a lot.
say no, but is comfort worth being being a crushed soul?
Yeah, see, it's so if I think if a person is I don't want to say strong, I shouldn't say that word, but if a person gets uplifted, if they uh sometimes counseling, if they work on themselves, if they're strong independently, then sometimes they may make a better decision on a partner. But if they are wounded, if they've been, if they have a rough background, sometimes they might not make